Hey, it's Ethan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the CURT Premium Hitch Bike Rack and how it fits on our 2022 GMC Sierra 1500. The CURT Premium is a hanging style bike rack capable of supporting 4 bikes up to 180 pounds total. It's going to hold onto our bike primarily by the top tube and let the rest of the bike hang down, hence the name. It's going to support our bike with 3 straps, 2 on the top and 1 anti-sway strap on the side here. As you can see here with the front tire, it is free hanging right now though, so if we rotate it all the way, it will make contact with the back of our Sierra, so we recommend picking up some stabilizer straps if you can, just to secure that in place. The rack has the ability to tilt, but we do have to get the bikes unloaded first, so we'll do that. First thing we're going to need to do is get these rubber straps off. We'll just start on the top tube here, get these 2 off, and then we'll get the anti-sway strap as well. And now we can get our bike off. It shouldn't be too terribly difficult, even if we are in the back. So we'll get our bike off. I'll put this off to the side and we can take a closer look at some of the features that the rack offers, starting with the taper on the back. So with a lot of bikes, you might have to pick up a bike adapter bar, but because it has that taper on the end, it could accommodate a couple of kids' bikes right away without the need for that adapter bar. But if you want to get an alternative frame style bike on here, you might still have to pick one up. And we don't recommend using this rack with carbon frame bikes because it could potentially damage that frame while you're driving. From here though, I'll just replace these straps real quickly and then we can get a measurement to see what it's like to add this onto the back of your vehicle. So from the bumper to the furthest point back, coming straight down from the end here, it's going to be pretty close to 39 inches. So we're going to be adding on a good amount of distance that way. There are a couple of reflectors on the back, which is nice just to let people behind you know it's there. But if we want to save some space, we can pull this clip and then this pin on the other side. Fold the arms down, find where those holes line up again. Replace the pin and then the clip on the other side. And now we'll get you a new measurement to see how much space we saved. So now, from the bumper to the furthest point out, it's only going to be about 14¼ inches, so we save over half the space that way. It doesn't sit very close, but now we can show you that tilt if we want to. First thing we're going to need to do is loosen up this hand knob here down at the bottom. Then we'll have to pull this clip and the pin. We'll set the clip off to the side for now, and I'll just lift up on this lever. And here we have the ability to tilt the rack away. It tilts pretty aggressively, but still not enough for us to get our tailgate all the way down. Eventually it will make contact right about there, so we definitely can't get full access, and we definitely don't recommend sitting on it. But if you have a tonneau cover, now would be a great time to get in the back, get what you might need. Otherwise, because it sits in the middle, unlike a platform style rack, you should be able to get in the back from here pretty much at any point. Now I'll just give you a little bit more room. Folding it back up, we'll have to get this out of the way. It'll lock in place, and we can replace all the things that we pulled from the beginning, starting with that pin. We'll get the clip back in as well, and then we'll tighten up this hand knob down here at the bottom again to secure everything in place. While we're down here, we can take a closer look at the shank. So the rack does use a 2-inch shank. It fits into our 2-inch receiver tube. It's held in place by this Anti-Rattle Bolt here. Right now it just has a clip in it, but there is a cable lock and a hitch lock available for it as well if you want to secure the rack to the hitch and your bikes to the rack. From here we can see what the bike rack covers on the back of our vehicle. It's honestly not a ton, but it does sit straight in the middle, so it's a little bit unfortunate. Our license plate is right here in the middle, so if you're seeing it from either side, you should have a good amount of room to see it, but straight on it's going to be pretty heavily blocked. Our backup cameras are right here in the middle, so you might have a couple windows to see through and around, but again, they are right in the middle, so it's going to be pretty heavily obstructed by the rack. Because it does sit in the middle, it doesn't interfere with our taillights at all. It maybe barely just comes up over the tailgate, so I wouldn't worry about it blocking anything in this position as far as the rear window goes. But when you have it out and the bike's loaded up, that's definitely going to be an obstruction for you. So overall, the CURT Premium is a solid choice for you if you need to get 4 bikes where you need them to go. 180-pound weight capacity is a good amount for a hanging style bike rack. The fact that it has that taper at the end to accommodate a couple of kids' bikes without the bike adapter bar is nice, because if you have a 4-bike rack, chances are you're bringing a couple of kids with you and your family. I will say if you're not super worried about storage space or taking up too much room on the back of your car, you might want to check out something like the Hollywood Rack's Destination 4-bike rack. Just a little bit easier to work with, holds your bikes really securely, and it just works a little bit easier than the CURT Premium in my opinion. But again, if you want to get 4 bikes where you need them to go without picking up a bike adapter bar, this is still a really nice choice. This again was just a quick look at the CURT Premium and how it fits on our 2022 GMC Sierra 1500.